This will only take a minute.
This will only take a minute, Major.
Even in heaven, Uncle Ben dies.
I'm sorry, this will only take a minute.
It'll only take a minute, I promise.
Yeah, it's not the commandments, but go ahead and try to have sex with your cousin. Like, just see what happens, buddy.
This will take me about a minute.
This'll take a minute, Bruce.
Could you please just give me a minute?
They said they committed adultery when they were in like 5th grade.
I know you gotta get to work. This will only take a couple minutes, please.
Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Oh, good, a stain. Sorry, everybody.
You're wearing your best clothes.
I got stains on my tops and my bottoms. And Rodney's giving me the silent treatment because he's rehearsing for a Sound of Music 2. What's that called? The Sound of Metal. Screwed it up. And
I'm ending the silent treatment for 1 second. I was told not to speak.
I did?
Right before.
Why?
I don't know.
By he? Who? Me?
It's back on.
Is that what I said? Good. Maybe we can get an episode that
With the word in.
Yeah.
All right, Harrison, this is all you.
All right. Well, everyone, I'd like to welcome you back to episode 3 of
This'll only take a minute of your time.
There he is, everybody.
He's back.
You all got pranked.
I lasted 30 seconds.
Not even.
Damn.
You've heard that before.
There's a joke there somewhere. Anyone want to make it? Let's start over. I lasted 30 seconds.
That's what she said.
Nice, dude. Nice.
That'd be funny if the girl was the one who just immediately.
And then was like, all right.
And then you're like, it happens.
Can you still?
It happens to everyone, darling.
Can you still?
You know what else lasted 30 seconds? I had those in for literally 5 seconds, and I took them right back out.
Because I screamed the name of the show.
Oh, yeah.
We're recording.
Yeah, we're on.
15 gigs. Can I say this? Harrison's like, we're recording with our phones. That shot, you could see. You could see it. And he says, I'm addressing the audience now. He says to me, 15 gigs, that's good, right? It should be good, right? Yeah, maybe. Why don't we just get a little more just in case?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
You should have said that before we started recording.
I know, but I wanted to save it and call you out live on air.
How many storages do you have?
Storages? 1.
Yeah,
I have
English.
like 60 gigs. We can use my phone.
What?
Yeah, but we're film majors.
Yeah. But that is his camera.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what's happening. I just feel like we could,
Well,
you also came in and said, my phone's at 50%. Is that good? And I was like, well, no, it's not. Maybe we can charge it to 100 and then go.
we like to start every episode with a peek behind the curtain.
Oh.
Last week, of course, I ran out of storage. If you could tell, our audience loves to pay attention.
0 views.
Our audience, if you made it to 45 minutes into the pod, actually it was around a half an hour. The camera 2 conked out.
I will say this, too. When it happened, I was like, it won't be noticeable. It's pretty noticeable. It's just the wide the whole time.
Yeah.
But that's just like every other podcast out there that's famous. They have one shitty camera in the corner of the room, Paranormal Activity-esque. And then they,
Good thing they're funny.
Yeah, good thing we have good cameras.
Hey.
But I made you laugh there.
You did?
How was your day?
Okay.
Almost shit your pants again, right? Or are we not
No. I'm gotten better. I did have to go to the bathroom, though.
To be clear, you've just gotten better by holding it in.
Yeah.
Now you're afraid to fart. We can't talk about this again.
Yeah. You guys, go back to episode 2 if you want to hear all our shit talk.
That was it? Went to work?
Yeah, well, I woke up, I made bacon and eggs. No,
Wait, hold on. Never say you woke up. Just you waste everybody's time.
Well, I'm already wasting time by telling what I had for breakfast.
No, but you don't know what I'm referencing?
Oh, no.
When, who is
Robert
it?
California?
No, I think it's D'Angelo Vickers, actually.
That's
Didn't he say
funny.
that? Isn't it? Is it
No.
Will Ferrell?
No.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Sounds like Robert
Robert
California
Yeah,
thing
you're
to
right.
say.
Because then,
Aaron.
Because then Aaron's like, suddenly I was awake.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a good point, though. I don't know what I did today. I just was I watched a Mark Normand interview, and then I
Went on Tinder for a couple hours.
was on Tinder for a while, and I went to work, and that was it. And now I'm home.
I got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah, let us hear about your day, mister.
Well,
A bit of fiasco.
Listen, let's just say this. I think I'm a substitute teacher, like for real now. I walk in there, I demand respect. Harrison is not listening to me. Actually, he's double listening.
I'm putting in a podcast.
He's double listening. Hey. Well done. Shake my left hand. I demand respect. I earned respect
from those freaking fourth graders.
Well, yeah, third grade today. But I walked in there and I said, "This is
Ow.
my."
Sorry. Guess that's why it's called the funny bone.
This is my. I was gonna say my podcast. This is my classroom. Anyway, I'm subbing the same class for 3 days in a row, and Thursday a girl came in. Well, so they have computer class. But did you guys have computer class?
Yeah.
We went to
We
high
know.
school. Where'd you go to high school? But did you go to a different room? There's a
Yeah.
computer. So now they have Chromebooks. So they stay in their own rooms, and this person comes to them.
Oh, that's so
And
much better.
I just sit there and do nothing, or go to the teacher's lounge, or whatever, while they do that.
Smoke some
so
cigarettes
a
and
teacher
stuff.
came in today and said, "Are you taking Mrs. class on the field trip tomorrow?" And I said, I don't know. And she said, "Well, are you subbing for her tomorrow?" And I said, "Yeah." And they said, "So you're going on a field trip?" I said, "I don't know." And then they said, "We're having a meeting right now for the field trip. You want to?" And I said, "No." I said, "Okay, I'll go in there." So they were debriefing me on, here's where we
They
parked.
took your pants off.
Here,
Not even a good
debriefing.
joke.
Well, it'd be taking my underwear off.
Yeah, well, guess what step one of taking your underwear off is?
Joke's on you. Today was only wear underwear. Actually, what's funny is it's like pep rally week or something. No, it's red ribbon. Silly rabbit. It's red ribbon week, so they're doing different theme every day. And tomorrow's Hawaiian Day, but the kids are not going to school. Some of them, they're going on a field trip to a symphony. And I was told to make sure they understand not to wear Hawaiian shirts to the symphony because they will not be entered into the
What do they have to wear? Tuxedos?
They have to wear their
Are they gonna have a
Sunday
bouncer
best.
there?
Feeling good, huh?
Are they gonna have a bouncer there
Yeah.
stopping
His name
kids
is
at the
me.
line?
Hawaiian, get the layoff or you die.
I
But
feel like even if you have the Hawaiian collared shirt on, you should still be allowed.
yeah, but they're playing
It's a
like,
collared shirt.
With a Hawaiian shirt and a
well,
necktie?
if they're children, I agree with you.
Yeah.
But like a grown man walking into a sort of a Mozart symphony with a Hawaiian shirt on should be arrested. Like there's something off. There's something
Yeah,
a
but
little
it's
off.
a third grader.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like
This
going
ain't
into
Jimmy
a theater
Buffett's
with a
symphony.
suit and tie. What's
That'd be... Don't... Yeah, I mean,
by the
that
way,
sounds cool.
That's how people used to go to the theater.
Yeah,
right?
that's awesome.
Should we do that?
You should
I'll do it.
dress
I was
like
I
that
was
in
going to wear a
general.
suit for this show. I didn't, though.
You're
Do you
crying.
do you own a suit?
Yeah.
I do. Well, I mean, like, you don't have a suit jacket?
I don't think I brought any with me.
I have one from when I coached.
Oh.
Interesting.
No.
Is that a short? I think it's-
Clip that.
anyway, I have the permission slips right there to the right. I won't be showing any names on camera.
Yeah,
Out of
here's the
respect.
proof. Here's their address.
And I guess tomorrow I just have to make sure all the kids go home with the right people.
Timmy's
And,
mom's divorced.
How do you know that?
I fucked her.
So that means she's divorced, right? You're trying to go to heaven.
I'm home.
If she's gonna sleep with me, she's not married. She wore a ring because I think it was just it was recent. You know?
Homewrecker.
Anyway, that was it. I have a field trip tomorrow. We're going to the symphony, like I said, to see the Twitch streamer. I made that joke off air, and it didn't really land because people thought I was serious.
I'm just dumb.
I'm not dealing with the brightest place where you keep the light bulbs. But
You should know that by now. We've
that
been
you're
friends
dumb.
long
You're
enough.
not dumb. You just
don't get jokes.
Silas used to be notorious for like an hour later being like, "Ha! Chicken crossed the road to get to the other side."
Yeah, I've come a long way.
He has. And I'm going to take credit for that. I'm
Oh,
just
absolutely.
firing. I mean,
You
now
just
both
sat-
of us are just.
Sat him down and be like, this is what a joke is.
Yeah.
No, we definitely had conversations talking about it.
I mean, but the most.
Now, if I ended on like a high, I'm probably being sarcastic.
But the most notorious person on understanding a joke is me when I called his. Back when you used to have to call house phones.
Oh, yeah.
And I called his dad, or I called. I
Back
didn't,
then
when
you're
we used to
like,
call it
"There's a
just the
fire!"
house.
I didn't call
Just
your,
kidding.
I didn't call your dad. That wasn't a. I called his house 222.
We don't have it anymore. You could say it.
I don't know, 2-4
Nope.
something.
You're
know mine.
mixing up me and Nico.
Nico, yeah.
2661305.
Who's that?
Me.
Right, that's your cell number,
Yeah.
ladies.
Leave it in.
Complete side note: when I was in Florida, I wrote a big heart in the sand and wrote my number, and nobody texted me.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying. Oh, maybe it's a hot guy.
Yeah, but people saw me do it. I don't know. Well, what was I saying? What were we talking about?
Calling my house.
I called his house. Oh, notorious, famous for not understanding a joke. And his dad answered and said, "Domino's," and I hung up. And then the worst part is I had to call back, and he went, "Hello,
And
Ryan."
you're like, yeah,
And I said,
all the
"Can I
large
talk to Silas?" And he
pepperoni.
said, "Sure."
You just kind of forgot about caller ID back then, huh?
Yeah, it was scary. I was like, "I just called." I did that again today, by the way.
like committing to a joke? What?
No, I called an auto place to get a price on an oil change. And they said, so-and-so tires, and then I didn't understand the next thing they said. So I wasn't sure if he introduced himself or said, what's your question? So I hung up. And then I called again, and it was a different guy who answered.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, we just fired that last guy.
Yeah. But they were seriously like, he was like, hi, this is Big Tires for sale. And I was like,
Well, we got
Now
tires
what?
everywhere.
what do I say now?
Why didn't you just say what?
Or hello,
I-
this
I-
is Rodney.
He literally said it. He literally said it, and I was like this. So, yeah. And then I
That
called
reminds me
Walmart.
of when you gave me the wrong address, and I kind of ended up in the middle of.
I didn't give you the wrong
Pennsylvania.
address. It was the right address. I gave him an address to get to Penn State, and he ended up in like Newark, New Jersey. And he was like, "I'm here," and I was like, "No, you're not." And he's like, "You went to go to Rutgers, right?" No, but yeah. Anyway,
Newark, New Jersey.
Eric, if you're watching.
Sopranos.
Yeah, I blame him equally as much as you.
Anyway, that was my day.
I told a joke once at school. I was in the cafeteria, and they were like the pudding. What was it called? Worms, dirt.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it was pudding and Oreos and gummy worms. And I went up to the lady and I was like, "This is a stupid question, but this isn't real worms and dirt, is it?"
But you were being funny.
Yeah. And she was like, "No."
What is that called?
Misdirect joke. I don't
No,
know.
the thing that you ate.
Oh,
Is it called worms and dirt?
It was called dirt cup. I think we called it a
dirt cup. That's what we call it. A dirt cup.
Oh, it's just dirt.
Cup of dirt. Dirt.
Yeah.
That was. It made it better. I was
Dude,
like,
pudding-
I'm eating dirt.
Pudding slaps.
I can't eat pudding famously.
Why not?
Because my cousin, when he was like 4,
I thought you liked putting things in your butt.
Nice, dude.
nice. It didn't work because I said I can't eat pudding.
Yeah. And then I said, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to repeat the joke.
Finish your thought.
All right, I'll repeat. And then I said, I thought you liked putting things in your butt.
Yeah, doesn't work.
It works. And it works twice.
My cousin was like 3. I was like 3, and he was eating
I
pudding.
like where this is going.
He was eating pudding disgustingly. And as a 3-year-old, I'm like, oh my god, that's gross. And I was like, what are you eating? He's like, poop.
Why was he putting it in his butt?
It was just very sloppily. What's with you and things in the butt?
I don't know.
You know what he likes. Come on.
And
I got butt on the
I
brain.
don't know. And he was like, no, it's poop. And I was like, no, it's not. It's not. It's not poop. Like, it's not poop. Right?
So you were gullible.
Wait, and then his mom came over and was like, stop eating that pudding like that. He was like, Mom, it's not pudding. It's poop. And now I think about that when I eat pudding.
When I poop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
When I eat my own poop, it ruins the whole thing.
Oh, this tastes like pudding.
Yeah. Anyway.
So me and my cousin used to squat and just like pick up rocks in my granny's backyard and just like drop them and pretend like we're pooping. And then we'd take turns like letting the other guys squat and then look and be like, dude, it looks like you're pooping.
So you were always an actor.
Yeah. Dude, but speaking of gullible, my sisters convinced me when I was like 9 that they dug a hole to China in my backyard. And I spent probably the afternoon being like, where is it?
Let's talk about this. If you dug a hole straight down, if you were suspended in the air to where your head was facing down, sort of underminer or dig dug, if you will. Right. So your face was facing the ground, and you were able to dig all the way down through the Earth's core. Shout out to Brendan Fraser and then Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Anyone get that reference? Journey 2. You go all the way down. You hit the other side. You are now right side up.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Because we're on a circle.
It's
We're on a sphere.
What are you, one of those flat earthers?
I know, but do you see how like I'm upside down, right?
You're thinking too small.
Yeah. You gotta think
I'm
about the
thinking
world.
too small. I'm driving. I'm digging to China. I'm thinking huge here.
But you have to think about them. They're not thinking, oh my god, I'm upside down right
But
now.
wait, is China directly below us, or what's below us for real?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it's probably somewhere in Asia.
If something was, where did we drop that bomb? Somewhere in Asia. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Hiroshima?
That's what they said in Oppenheimer. At one point, I flip around unknowingly.
Yeah.
What does your body feel like? I guess you can't.
I mean, it's hard to like say, okay, ignoring the core, but like
No,
the
ignore it.
magnetic field. Yeah, like obviously you would. Yeah, it's a hypothetical, I think. But like it's
positive.
something with the magnetic field and gravity. I think if you made it to the middle, even if you weren't on fire, you just die.
Yeah, but assuming you were immortal,
Yeah.
you would flip around.
Yeah.
What does that feel like?
Well, you know what's funny? At some point, you'd fall back into America.
Oh, that's funny. Oh my god, I never thought of that.
As soon as it
At
shifted,
some
you'd be
point,
like,
the
I'm
gravity would shift.
It would be getting harder and harder to dig, and then all of a sudden you go, whoa!
Oh my god.
Like
Wait,
Alice in Wonderland.
but then would you be caught in some like perpetual loop?
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
We
We need Neil deGrasse
You know
Tyson.
when, yeah, Christopher Nolan made Interstellar, and they're like, we just learned about black holes. That's us on the pod. It's going to go down in history, and Wikipedia is like,
Yeah,
yeah,
those
on
are the
this,
sketch.
Harry!
on this will only take a minute. They figured out that if you dug to China, you would just be stuck.
They figured out that you couldn't. If you were immortal, you still couldn't make it.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, that's the show.
And that's it, folks.
No, that's-
You come here for groundbreaking news.
You get it. Groundbreaking.
I get it.
See, I had to make sure. I don't know.
No, honestly, I think
That you just had a thought. Oh, did you see the light bulb go off? He was like, "Ah!" Thought.
no, I think when I made fun of you for being gullible, I think that's why I just didn't get jokes as a kid.
Why?
Because I was too gullible. I just took everything literally.
Oh no, yeah. Everyone was laughing, and you look over at Silas like doing math.
Yeah.
Wait, how many years?
Maybe-
My problem is I have too much faith in people. I like to believe that they're telling me the truth.
Oh, I'm like,
I
yeah,
think you're
I
lying.
get that.
I think the opposite of you.
Well, I will say, I do feel that
Look
like...
at you with the headphones on. Sorry.
What?
I just love you. Look so professional.
I feel like an FBI agent. I got it in upside down.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
like, as much as I like to crack jokes, I feel like I'm the one in my friend group that's like constantly like, oh, that was a joke. But I don't know if it's because I'm gullible or if I'm just like, oh, you guys are funny too? Oh, yeah.
Maybe we're just a little autistic.
Yeah.
Huh? Everyone's got to have a little bit in them, right? Well, if you
you like
believe in
a little
Adam
more?
and Eve, right?
What did you say?
If you, so
I can't wear these headphones. I can't hear
Is
when
that
you
an
talk.
incest joke?
that is an incest joke because
Hey, I
he
got
said he's
Nice, dude.
autistic or something, and then doorknob, and then zoom in on that, and then I said, well, everyone's got to have a little bit in them, especially if you believe in Adam and Eve.
Oh. I understand. I think this podcast is already
How did
won
we
the...
get different skin colors if Adam and Eve is real? Huh? Catholicism?
I don't know.
Let's sit in that.
Don't ask me. I didn't get that far in church yet.
The sun. I'll be the Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'll just answer every
Oh.
question.
The answer is the sun. I guess
I hate his answer. No, I like his answer about why he doesn't believe in God.
Yeah.
You understand that he's like, someone can't be all good and all powerful, because if they're all good and all powerful, there wouldn't be like earthquakes and stuff like that and like leukemia or whatever.
Okay, then he's all powerful.
Right.
Next
right.
question.
But he builds it up where he's like, the reason I don't believe in God
reason- yeah, I
is
can't do Neil.
because, ready, follow me here. I do not believe someone can be, and you're like, oh my God, he's like, this is going to be scientific evidence for why God isn't real. And he goes, I don't believe someone can be all good and all powerful if there's natural disaster.
When I was young, I prayed for a girl to look at me in the hallway, and the next day, she died. So that's why God's not real.
Let's be honest. At some point, even if we don't believe now, or we still do believe, I'm not calling people out, including myself. We're just kind of, when you were younger, we all were like, yeah, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
You prayed for a girl to like you, right?
No, I stopped believing
I wasn't
before.
joking. Yeah, I used to do that till like high
No,
school.
like when you were like 10 or something. When you were like, I want the prettiest girl to like me.
I was like 17, and I was just like, I don't even need...
This wasn't
I'll
that
be
long
going
ago.
to heaven.
I need the free will. I get the free will thing. I'm not saying like go in her head like Plankton did with SpongeBob and get her to like walk around and make out with me. I'm just saying like, hey, get her to look at me, God.
I'll do
Make
the
her-
rest.
Yeah,
I'll do the rest.
exactly. I'll do the rest.
Dude, I did the same exact thing. I was like, just give me a chance.
Yeah,
My
like,
uncle, did you
make
give him a
like
chance?
a breeze come through, and she's like, oh,
Hallucination.
it's Harrison, and I'll come in with like a leather jacket on and spurs and cowboy boots. And
You know what I would always do? Here's what I would always say. I would reason with God when I was like 11. I'd be like, listen, I'm not asking for you to do this for me. You know? I get it. Like you said, free will. Just show me who I should be going after. And by that, I mean not someone I'd be compatible with. Someone who's a guaranteed yes. So God, there's someone out there who's a guaranteed yes. Push me in the right direction and watch me do what I do.
I know how you feel about
And also,
Sixth grade you was like, God, just let me show myself.
and also, I would like to never be sick again and no nightmares.
yeah.
God bless.
At this point, I don't even know. I can't pray for anything anymore. I can just like keep my family healthy. What else can I say?
Wow.
Like, oh, can you make
You
sure
pray
the
every day?
jazz?
Let's get into this.
No.
Wow.
Why? What was
thought
I
you were
supposed to
looking
say?
at me
I don't know. I thought you were gonna say yeah. When's the last time you prayed?
Probably before I left here. Like, hey,
I don't want to crash.
yeah, like I get the whole free will thing,
There we go.
but can you put Pump the brakes a little bit, God. No pun
Literally.
intended. Like, don't let me die on the drive. That would be so embarrassing.
It would be kind of funny though.
I said that a lot. I was like, I mean, how funny would it be if I was like, all right, everyone, I'm moving out. I'm starting a new life. And then I get mauled by a freaking mountain lion in the middle of nowhere.
Because you wanted to take a cool Polaroid.
Yeah.
Is that a mountain lion?
Oh my God, it's so pretty. And then I go, wow, God's real.
Yeah. When's the last time you prayed?
I was just thinking about that. I can't remember.
Like on your own accord, not like Christmas Day.
Yeah, I can't remember.
The blessing.
It had to have been like when I was still going to church, like
Yeah.
7th grade.
I think sometimes I do it. And I don't even think I'm necessarily have a hotline to the higher power. I just think I do it sometimes to
You get a
remind me.
secretary.
I kind of just.
Pass this along to God if you don't
It's
mind.
like, you know, like when you go around the table at Thanksgiving. It's something we should do every day, by the way. Not just eat turkey. But
We never
like,
even did that growing up at my house.
But I mean, like, you know, the idea of like list of things you're thankful for.
Yeah.
Why don't we just do that every day? Why do we
Loses
do
its
one-
value.
Huh?
Loses its value.
No, you should be
Neil deGrasse
constantly
Tyson's
reminded
like-
of why you're.
God's not real because we only have Thanksgiving once a year. That's more of a what's his name?
Matthew McConaughey.
No, Mad Men. John Hamm. John Hamm.
Go ahead, try it. Really, really try to get into
This
John.
Thanksgiving, let's think. What if instead of turkey, we ate poop?
Back to poop.
We got a theme right now.
This is the poop pod.
Yeah. No, that was a callback. That wasn't an
I
accident.
like to this episode or last week.
This episode.
Okay. You said something though. I'd like to take in a sort of crawl
Take
with
it
it.
in, digest it.
Free will.
Free Willy, the movie.
No.
Great movie.
Free
One
will.
of the first ones I remember.
Free will.
Mm-hmm.
This is my opinion on the whole Chris Rock Will Smith thing. Free will.
Something they supposed to do.
No. Is it real?
Yeah.
Is this all planned out?
No.
It can't
I
be.
don't know. I don't want to. Yeah.
Feels like it kind of is.
I think there was something that happened in high school. I don't want to get into because it was illegal. That
Statute of
let's just
limitations.
say-
You're fine.
Can you just say no teachers were involved?
no teachers were involved. I was grounded,
That is illegal.
and I wasn't allowed to drive my car. And I had planned to like have a friend over.
Okay.
And then I went around, like I figured out how to pull it off without having to need my car. And they
Okay.
came over, and then we got in trouble. So I realized, like, I think whether it was God or whatever, free will, like, okay,
were always
let's say,
supposed to get in trouble.
yeah. After it happened, there would be the alternate reality of me being like, oh, I wish if only I just didn't have my car, it wouldn't have happened. But that was proof that, like, no, even if you didn't have your car, it still would have happened.
Proof.
Yeah, proof or whatever. My anecdotal evidence, I guess I should say.
So-
but that's the way I think about it. Is like
I
something
just-
that big.
I'm a big proponent of having my cake and devouring it too. I think I chose to be exactly where I am. Like I think I'm the reason I'm sitting here, or you know, for better or for worse. Or that's not.
That's interesting.
But I also think it just feels weird, like that we're here together right now. It feels like that was supposed to happen. Because like you never would have thought
that's interesting.
we would all be in Utah together.
Yeah.
You know what I
'cause-
mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
because you got to that.
not Utah. Anywhere but Utah.
We talked about it last episode.
We also talked about praying for 10 minutes. I wonder where we are. Anyway.
Yeah.
You attributed us getting here to it being predetermined, but
Yeah, ish.
ish.
Just feels like it was
if you're
supposed to
asking me,
happen.
I don't have free will because wherever you said we're going, I would have gone. So that's my answer.
But my brain goes to we're here, and it feels kind of weird. But that's all just ripple effect.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah.
So
Same thing.
yeah, the domino fell.
Like,
Everything else.
What
was
if
the
you
aftermath.
came to school that day where we bonded over you saying and quoting Inception, but by quoting Inception you
Oh,
went,
Jesus Christ!
and you were like, that's Inception. I went, I know. And then we were like, are we friends?
And then we kissed.
But
Like, what if it's just free will when something small like me and you met, but then as soon as
That's
we
my
met,
point.
the rest was.
that's my point. Like, imagine if your parents didn't move to the Lakeland School District.
Yeah.
I would
we
not
were
be
almost
here.
Abington.
I was in Abington, and the principal let me for the last year. Or no, I'm sorry. So my sister was a senior in high school. Was a senior in high school at the same district that I was going to, but we moved to a different district. So the principal let her stay her senior year at Lakeland, even though she was in a different school district. And then by proxy, I just got to stay in Lakeland, and that's when we met.
Oh.
So what if I just went to a different school and we never bonded? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I don't meet him, I don't think I meet you. I just think it's all but like, so it feels
It's scary.
And then like the Warren thing.
Yeah.
Also, your age is a big one. You were
Right,
almost
yeah,
a grade
that's a
above.
fun-
I wasn't
Yeah,
supposed to.
So even if you stayed at Lakeland, we never would have met.
It's just so.
And even if you didn't take a gap year, you and I wouldn't have met.
Oh my god.
And by the way, on
See,
that
it's all just ripple.
on that gap year, I drove to Florida to go to college and left in a week and came back.
Nice. Where
Because-
were you going?
I was going to go to like the Worthington equivalent of UCF, but I was in the lobby picking my classes, and I heard a Bruce Springsteen song, which made me think of Nico, one of our best friends from Lakeland, and I was like, I'm going home. That's what made me go home.
I know. I'm waiting. Like by the end of this week, I'm gonna have like one of those moments where I go back to Pennsylvania.
You're just going to watch an episode of The Office and be like, I need to go home.
So if this ends
you're not
after
for sure.
3 episodes.
By the way, I just gave you the biggest compliment that a couple of us can give you. I just
What?
mistakenly thought he was from Scranton
Ah.
because I just said The Office.
But it's still Pennsylvania.
Wrong. It's Scranton, the Electric City. But by the way, us saying like I think that, like we're just talking about the butterfly effect. We didn't solve if it's free will or not.
How are we going to solve that?
Well, we just solved God, didn't we? No, what did we just solve? No, we just solved digging to China. So imagine if Trump came out and said, "I figured it out. You couldn't dig to China because you'd fall back." He outs himself
watched
as
the
a big fan
podcast.
of this podcast.
And they explained it all.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't know if it's all.
No
free.
one would dig a bigger hole than me.
I don't know if it's all free.
Well, I don't even know if my answer negates anything about free will because I'm just like I still chose to do it. I chose to do it, but the consequences were the same no matter what I would have picked to do.
Do you believe in regret?
What's that? That's
I don't believe in regret.
what do you mean?
Like, oh, I wish I would have played football in high school. What if I tore my ACL?
I mean, well, yeah, but you don't. That means you don't believe in regret.
I don't
You
believe.
don't have a single regret.
No, because that implies that I know that what the other thing
I guess
I missed
yeah,
doing
what
would have
you're
been
saying is-
better. I have no idea.
Here's
I'm
a quote.
curious.
But that's like the definition of a regret.
No, I
It's
see
knowing
what
the
you're
outcome.
saying. Like,
Right, but you don't.
It's a
the
mindset.
point.
You have to like get into a mindset
Right.
of regret.
I'm like
Here's-
actively choosing not to because there are things that I definitely think about, like playing football in high school and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, like that's my point. Like you can get into the mindset of there's no regrets, but if you're thinking about things like that's the definition of regret.
Right.
Anyway, I wish I
don't.
came up with that
I
sooner.
think, huh?
I wish I would have come up with that sooner.
I think you're right. There are regrets. I'm just choosing to actively ignore them.
Yeah,
Because
which is the healthiest way to go about it.
Here's a phrase for you: life can only be lived forward, but only understood backwards.
If life gives you lemons, you probably just got lemons.
you eat them, rinds and all. Say that again.
Life can only be lived forward, but only understood backwards.
Yeah, it's too much for me. I got one for you. People, I forget what it is.
But yeah,
Wait, hold on. I think Jim Carrey said it. People
order our patties.
label. I don't know. Something about fear being.
Cut it.
Yeah, I forget. It's on my notes, but I'm using my phone to record, so I can't.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
How was your day today?
I got a
Sorry,
haircut.
all right.
people live in fear and label it practicality. There you
Oh,
go.
I see.
You like that?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that.
There was a little Dickie quote.
Which is us being in Utah, Southern California. Anyway, let's not talk about that.
There's a little Dickie quote that made me want to do film, which was
Little Dicky.
I can live with failure, but I can't live with what if. And then I was like, I'm changing to film.
If I was a little Dicky in my body, where would I be?
Yeah. You just make that up. Anyway, you got a haircut.
Big haircut.
I was so scared.
Why didn't we call him Big Haircut when he walked in?
I'm Silas haircuts.
Like Joey Cold Cuts.
Oh, wow. I was like, I'm thinking Bobby Fairways.
Oh, you're close.
I was terrified.
Why?
It was my
Lay
first
down.
haircut since we moved.
Lay down.
What?
Let's get into it.
Have a nap.
Oh,
Get into the therapy position.
Yeah.
no.
Favorite position.
I was just terrified. And then Brent was a great guy. Loved the haircut.
First name basis.
I don't think we could. Can we? Do we have to cut that?
Is that what he said at the haircut store?
He said, "Don't talk about me on your podcast, please. I don't want the publicity."
He said you have to cut that just like this.
Anyway,
This is like the lowest I've ever gone. The most I've ever got cut
a
off.
fade. I've never seen the skin on this side of your hair.
It's like not even a fade though.
No, but
it's like-
for you it is.
For me, it is, but it's like the lightest possible fade you can do. And I'm
Is
like,
this the first podcast you've done of the many that we've done, or recordings without a hat on?
I don't
think so.
No.
Okay. Next.
It was close though.
I didn't ask you.
All right.
You said something there.
What?
I forget. I've never been to a haircut place.
That's crazy.
Who
You
cuts
need to
your
go
hair?
to this
My mom.
place.
Nice.
After they cut it, they wash your hair. They
Yeah, I do that
shave
myself.
the back of your
I do
neck.
that myself.
It's crazy.
I take a shower. I'm gonna pay some guy $40 to wash my hair. Sounds a little.
It was 50.
Oh my Christ! See, I don't even know what a haircut costs.
I could have
Well,
cut your hair.
40 was without the hair wash and shave.
Yeah. As long as I may live, I will not pay for a haircut. Well, I guess as long as my mom may live.
It just seems
Which
like
is actually
a weird
sad.
hill to die on.
It's not a hill to die on. I just want to see how far in life I can get.
That's you're dying on a hill at that point.
That's funny. I'll cut. I started.
Thanks, man. Thanks for
in the
taking it
last
too
like year and a half,
seriously.
I started cutting my own hair. I haven't gone to the barbershop in
Really?
like a year. Yeah. But I
Wow.
need clippers.
I mean, I'll say this. Didn't notice. I didn't look at your head and be like,
Thank you.
Me either.
is it hard to do it in the mirror because it's reversed?
No, I just buzz the sides and then I take scissors and it takes like 2 hours because I do like one hair at a time and I'm like, I could, yeah.
Is that good?
My old boss once was like,
That's why I wear this hat all the time.
oh, you got a haircut. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, one hair or multiple?
Oh, I hate when people
And I
say
quit.
that joke.
Yeah, I would have shot him.
I did.
Sometimes I say,
With the potato gun.
you can call me Isin because I got the hair cut.
See, this is where I'm going.
Hold on. Wait, stand by. Wait, we're going to try to figure it out on the other angle. You can call me Isin because I got the hair cut.
Because you're bussing.
No, can I just tell you? My name's Harrison. So you can just cut the hair out and call me
I wasn't
Isin.
thinking your name with the pun. That's bullshit.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's involved, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a good joke. That's why, yeah.
I don't even know if it's more of a riddle. El Rada Halada. Hey, what do you don't show me that? It's a picture of you doing your own haircut.
You know what I hate?
Here we go.
Scrolling through TikTok
Okay.
or YouTube Shorts.
You had me there.
Yeah.
Enough.
YouTube Shorts
Don't bang on shorts.
of
Oh, okay.
the guy
Okay.
who takes plastic balls and spray paints around them and is like, I made planet. I made a planet.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
and then he gets a commenter every week like, can you do purple and green? I'm like, you ever have an imagination, dude? Like, this isn't
Is this real?
Van Gogh.
Wait, is he trying to be funny?
No,
He
it's
makes like cool paintings.
Is it
but
oddly satisfying?
His whole thing is like spray painting around things or whatever.
yeah.
But
Whoa.
the one that's worse for me with that are the painters that do the pendulum stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's like you're literally just popping a hole in the bottom of a paint can and throwing it on a pendulum.
Yeah. Like, okay, once is fun.
You're not even brushing anything.
Yeah. Once is fun.
I have no idea what you're
Twice
talking
is
about.
like we
You
get
know what
the
a
idea.
pendulum is?
No, yeah, I do.
They just have a canvas that's moving, and the spray can is moving. And
not
like
fun.
a circular thing. It's just
fun.
It'll make a geometric shape. It's fun for the first watch. but
Wait,
then it's
I
like,
see-
do
that's
it with
all they
purple.
do.
They did in a Do Perfect video. They cut so there's like a big mat on the ground, and there's a paint can hanging from the ceiling,
Yeah.
and they just push it around.
That's a
Yeah.
pendulum.
It's kind of fun.
Yeah.
But that's people's whole career. What's the difference? And it's like
I mean, we just
push
wanna-
this one a little bit harder, this one a little bit softer.
Yeah, I understand. I get that, but we just want to sit on the couch for the rest of our lives. So, I mean, can we talk?
We're making content, baby.
Right, and
But yeah.
and let's see who gets more views.
I know. The spray paint guy, he'll spray paint the canvas
That's
and
his
then
official name.
dab it with what?
Spray paint guy. Back again with another vid.
And then he'll dab it with a garbage bag, and then he'll put a ball down and spray paint black around it because the sky's black, and then he'll sprinkle stars because stars are white, and he'll sprinkle those, and then he'll take the ball off and be like, "It's a solar system." But yeah, every new video is someone commenting, being like, "Do it with orange this time," and he's like, "I'll try." It's like, what? Like, how are people watching this? That's all I got.
It's just kind of satisfying.
I'm trying to think of my shorts are so erratic because like I take months off and then I get back and they're like just give them whatever else is new. A lot of Olivia Rodrigo singing. She's a good singer.
I get a lot of poker.
Didn't work last time.
I have a winning record in
comedians.
this house, so
Yeah, that's true.
I got a losing record.
keep talking
0-3.
shit.
I was just talking about the last game we played.
keep talking shit.
Didn't even make it to the final table.
Yeah, next week I got a winning record.
Final table. You had to get through so many people to make it.
So did you.
Yeah.
I'm talking about him though.
Oh.
Well, I'm looking at you.
Oh, trippy.
So free will is not real, or it is real?
I don't think so.
It's real. We did that.
It has
last
to be.
Palestine.
Does it? Why?
No, I think it's real. Because could I do that? And would I have known that my head was going to get stuck on
You
that
were always
headphone?
meant to do that.
See, that's such a cop-out answer.
What?
Oh, really?
You were
How do
meant to do that.
So
It's like,
9/11 then?
Says who?
No. Yeah, it's all. This is all made up. Nothing's real. I
saw-
could say whatever I want.
I saw a sketch the other day. It was a guy. He came back in time, and he goes, I'm a time traveler. I came from 1940s to kill a dictator. You won't believe what he did. He killed 500 Jews. And then the guy, like this straight man, was like, "You're not gonna like this." And he's like, "Adolf Hitler." Oh my God!
Would you? By the way, I do believe in free will. Because you know what I hate? I hate. Here's the thing I hate. Get ready for yours. I hate
be thinking.
the saying, well, things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
No. Because you know when people say that? When something bad happens. No person has ever gotten the job and been like, things just happen for a reason. They go, I killed that interview. But what happens if they don't get the job? Well, wasn't meant to be.
Yeah.
That's convenient,
Yeah.
to say the least.
And then when you do get it, it's because of all the work you put in.
I just said that. Didn't I just say that?
Oh, I wasn't.
I said when they get the job, they killed the interview.
Oh,
But when they don't get the job, it wasn't meant to be.
I didn't hear you
I
say
thought you
when
said
they
you
got
killed
the
the interview
job.
and you still
And
didn't
then,
get the
yeah,
job.
same.
Well, it was.
So it was on you.
Yeah, it's a communication
See,
issue.
that's God being like, let me fucking fix this.
He says the F word.
God's cool, dude.
By the way,
God made
swearing
bits.
is
You don't
not.
think he says fuck?
Swearing is not one of the 10 Commandments,
No.
right?
Yeah. You can't use the Lord's name in vain.
Oh yeah, that's
Well,
it.
I guess.
Well,
Yeah.
God.
But that's
darn
the
it.
one that no one gets mad at.
What?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Go say it to my
Say
granny.
it
Versus
around here?
fuck.
Whoa.
See?
Say God. Say oh my God around my. No, here's one because my gran. Well, this isn't around
Oh
my
my
granny, but like the
That's bad too.
the word. Like okay, let's say someone extreme Catholic or whatever Christian doesn't want to say God, so they say oh my word. I'm like, isn't that the same?
Oh yeah, it's God's word.
Yeah. It's like.
It's not the same.
Well, no, but it's like I'm just not.
What?
It's like I'm just not going to say God. I'm going to say word. I'm going to say gosh. They're cheating to be like, oh, saying God's
Yeah.
a sin.
Yeah.
I'll just say God.
Oh, that's like the people that say frick isn't cursing. It's like the intent is the exact same
Right.
as the
like
F word.
obviously one's
are you
allowed.
guys
I'm, call,
being
I'm
serious?
calling
like,
you
I
out there.
I obviously get
100%.
why frick and the F word are different, but like to say, oh, it's a loophole to say, if I'm going to go to hell for saying God, I'll just say gosh. It's like,
Yeah.
well, God's not sitting up in heaven going, shit, I thought I should have put that on the list too.
That's
you can't say
that's
that.
what I've always thought.
Like,
Is
that's dumb.
if he's really up there looking at everything we're saying, you think he's not going to figure out that you just said that instead? I
Yeah, it's
totally
like, hey,
agree
you
with
can't eat meat on Fridays. Oh, I'll just eat vegan meat. It's like, oh, okay.
that.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So what are you saying? That every rule is like nonsense?
Well, not necessarily. I'm just saying, like, I don't like I'm mightier, holier than thou.
Yes.
But then it's like, but you're trying your best to say God.
Well, yeah. I mean, listen. As someone who grew
Listen,
up,
Rod got defensive because he said frickin' a lot growing up.
as someone who
I was swearing the whole time.
As someone who no, I didn't get defensive because I agree with you that I'm just sort of trying to skate by, slowly working my way to the pearly gates.
Peter.
As someone who, Jesus, as someone who,
Michelangelo.
even in heaven, Uncle Ben dies. That on a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Where are we going? Oh, no. Wait, where were we going? What was I going to say? Oh, no, where is it?
Yep, lost it. No, you're
I
not being defensive.
I grew up with people who are so hypocritical. They go to church and they do all the right things, but they're a bunch of assholes.
Yeah.
So it's like, what? And then
They're
you're going to tell
raping-
me to fold my arms like a good little boy? No.
Did you? I don't know. Well, I don't know.
I did listen.
Maybe confession was just a Catholic thing. But
That's
like,
insane, by the way, confession. Crazy.
Well, I went to confession, but I didn't sin. I was 8. Like, what am I going to say? Like, I murdered my husband.
You sinned. You lied.
Well, no. So I would
You
be like,
wasted
I
your vegetable.
lied. I disobeyed my parents, and then I just didn't know what else to say. So it would just be like, I slept in on Saturday. And then one time I saw a rated R movie, so I just said, like, I watched a movie I wasn't supposed to, and then my priest was like, what kind of movie? Which now, looking back, I'm like, oh, you thought I was jerking off. But it was like Fight Club. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Probably was Fight Club.
And he was like, good movie.
He's
Well,
like,
and we
grade
weren't
6.
Catholic growing up, but we had some friends that went through confession, and they told us about what they said for their first confession.
Oh, I don't know what you're about to say.
Instead of talking about what he was saying about a movie they shouldn't have watched, and it was the actual movie, They said they committed adultery when they were in like 5th grade because they were trying to say like, how could we say this formally and not get in trouble?
That's funny.
Which is like worse.
Adultery, like you have to be married.
God, that's funny.
It's
though.
like so off.
5th graders.
Yeah,
I cheated
and
on
they
my
all
wife.
talked about it. So the priest got like 3 kids in a row that all said,
Oh
I
my
committed
gosh.
adultery.
By the way,
That's funny.
the idea also
Yeah, that's adultery. Yeah.
the idea of whenever the 10 Commandments were written, translated, created, that
Zero.
at the
No,
time
zero,
at the time that they were created, they were like, these are the only 10 bad things anyone could ever do. And they just
Hey, I looked it up the other day, or I heard about it again. I was like, that is a pretty damn good list.
it's a damn good list, but we're missing a few things, you know?
Like,
Well,
I
incest.
don't even know all 10 of them.
don't covet thy neighbor's wife. Back in the day, you used to be
Incest.
neighbors. You used to be neighbors with your brother.
Yeah, you lost me. But today, you wouldn't live
Yeah, but
within
incest
100
is
miles
already
of your
implied
brother.
because even back then, if you had sex with your sister, you make a freaking moron. Let's just say that.
Well, we already covered that. We're all a little bit.
Oh yeah, no, exactly. So like, it's already kind of in there. God's little business card is in there when he's like, "No, it's not the commandments, but go ahead and try to have sex with your cousin. Like, just see what happens."
That's a
buddy."
drop. It's not in the commandments, but go ahead and try it after.
And also forget about the Old Testament.
No, well, wait, what?
Oh.
Okay, what?
Well,
Yes. I'm just
No,
gonna
I'm not a. Wait, that
No,
makes
yeah,
it
yeah,
sound like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
No,
No,
go
you
ahead.
are.
No, I don't know what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
was
Started
just
from
the
Adam
Ten
and Eve.
Commandments was
Listen,
the Old
listen.
Testament. Yeah,
Go ahead, Neil.
if
I'll go get my Bible.
you started from
Am I
Adam
gonna
and
get
Eve,
canceled for trying to pretend to be a black guy?
No, just don't do the shit, man. I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Don't do what he just did.
I can't even do that voice. I can't make it physically. Their kids were alive for like a couple hundred years, and then all their kids had a bunch of kids. Like,
Yeah.
From the start, that's how they're saying it happened.
Which
So that's why it couldn't be a commandment.
Oof.
Well, even the thing, this is kind of a tangent, but like, okay, let's say Adam and Eve aren't real. That doesn't get rid of the incest question. Like, what did happen?
No, there could have been different amoebas that evolved, like multiple. What if there was like 5 at once? You know what I mean?
I'll be a monkey's uncle.
You know what I mean? So there's at some point.
Well, there was more than just Homo sapiens. Yeah.
We don't use that word around here.
Yeah, I don't.
that's what we are.
Hey, maybe you, buddy, not me. Hey, I don't care what you do behind closed doors. I'm no Homo sapien.
I just love how somehow Harrison became the defender of the Bible. And
I
Well,
know.
no, just
Big
I thought you
Bible
were gonna
guy.
say the Old Testament, but it's like, but that we were talking about the Old Testament. Like 10 Commandments is the Old
I'm
Testament.
still confused about Jesus was Jewish, so why aren't we all Jewish?
I don't want. Yeah, I don't want to get into this again.
I just feel like we should all be Jewish if he was Jewish and we're following him.
No, he's Jewish,
Yeah.
but
Definitely.
the Christianity didn't start because we're like Jewish is stupid.
It did.
I guess in a way it did because we. Well,
But he was Jewish,
It was
so
saying,
he was stupid? He was wrong?
Well, they're not anti-Jewish. They're just saying we believe that Jesus was the Son of God, and then Jewish people are like, well, we don't. And then we're like, all right,
But everyone acknowledges that he was Jewish.
yeah.
I'm-
Yeah, but we're not starting it out of spite with like the rules that.
I'm not even talking
Judaism
about
is.
spite. I'm just like, if that's the guy and he was a part of this, why aren't we all a part of it?
I think it was spite though.
Maybe it was. I mean, I don't know how they started. it.
Is Kanye
either,
Catholic?
But
It's who?
Kanye?
Oh, I don't know.
Say that 5 times fast.
Kanye
Kanye's
Catholic, Kanye Catholic, Kanye Catholic, Kanye Catholic, Kanye Catholic.
Nope.
close.
You have a stroke and die. Yeah. That would get views. Logan Paul? Sorry.
Anyway, yeah. So this conversation is over. Fight Club. Go check it out on the channel.
It's not up yet. Oh, wait, no. Is it,
It will
by the
be.
time this is up?
And this is out.
Should be. Right?
If I make it to tomorrow. That sounds like a threat. That was just a sort of a threat to myself.
Yeah, that's
Future
what I
self, that was not a threat to myself. Uh-oh.
Dead air.
Dead?
What do you hate?
Huh?
I'm talking to Silas.
I didn't hear you.
What do you hate?
What do I hate?
Yeah.
Uh,
you got a
hate.
pet peeve, I guess.
Jury duty. Black man.
Pet peeve.
Eviction notice.
I get mad driving a lot.
Yeah.
But
Explain.
it's only when other people are in the car, interestingly enough. When I'm
that
alone,
can't be true.
no, it is. When I'm alone, I'm cool as a cucumber.
So you're putting on a show?
But I'm not thinking about it.
Are you just really worried about our safety?
I notice it when people are like,
Well, relax.
Well,
It's
take
like,
it easy,
oh,
pal.
shoot. But then when I'm driving, like when we were driving across the country, I wasn't mad at anybody besides a couple of semis.
I will agree with that. I wasn't with you guys. But when I was driving, no problems. Except for the one time I missed the highway because my GPS and I got pissed off on my phone.
Well,
But the drive here, 3 days, was actually all right.
Do you think there's like, because you guys definitely do have road rage when people are in the car. Do you think there's like a sense of pressure to be like a good driver, and you're like, this guy's screwing me up?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Why? Who? What?
Because all my friends say I'm the worst driver.
Everybody says that about everybody.
Mine was my parents.
Your parents say you're the bad driver?
They didn't even say it. It was like, my dad is very sarcastic and dry, so he would like make little comments to me as I was driving, or like go like that if I braked or something.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah,
That's always-
I
that's a
think
good
I'm a
gag.
heavy breaker, but I don't notice it because that's just how I brake.
Harrison Burns.
No, I don't think you're a heavy breaker. You're just kind of
Timid?
off the road.
Oh well, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm in the shoulder on everything. I don't want to be anywhere near anybody.
Well,
That's
we
just more dangerous.
We talked about this the other day, but the
Not to me.
people in this town, maybe in the whole state, they don't stop when they merge. They just go.
There's no
and
yield.
today,
Yeah, it's crazy. There's
but
no
it's like,
yield
okay, there's no yield, but like you should still yield. Like, hey, there's no.
They don't know what that means.
It's insane.
Is it
'Cause-
on the
and today
test?
the on ramp is there's. You'd think if there's no yield, it's like the on ramp would be a mile long.
Yeah.
But it's
long.
not. There's not even. It's just turns right into the highway. And the guy today, like I was driving to work, the speed limit is 70, so I'm going 70, and he just pulls out in front of me and then pulls over because there's not enough space, so he's driving on the shoulder, and then tries to cut me off again. I'm like, either speed up or hold on. Like, just wait a second, broski. Like, what are you doing?
Where were you going with that before he's a broski?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I and listen, I can acknowledge. I'm not saying this as if I figured out how to live my like. I figured it out. This is how you live life. But however, I don't.
After some
I
research,
don't get angry like on the road.
Yeah.
If someone's like a bad driver, cut me off. I'm like, well, okay.
Maybe that just means you're the bad driver.
That's not true. I just don't care.
Well, I get so mad at things that are like ignorance. Like someone just cutting you off, not caring about anyone behind you, or just like I was yelling at you for high beaming just because I hate getting high beamed. I'm like, think a little bit and turn your high beams off.
Okay, but explain why I forget to do it in your car all the time.
Oh, because your car, your high beams and low beams are like the same.
Right, so
you're
I
just
never
out of
turn my high
practice.
beams off because they don't even work. So when I'm getting behind the wheel of another car, yeah, you made it sound like I'm beaming people on purpose.
No, my point was I get mad at high beams.
Right. No, that's fair.
And it's just because it's one of those things that's so easy, but you're still not doing it.
Right. And I agree with you, but I guess what I'm saying is like once it happens to me going, God damn it, is like, what did that do?
Yeah, you let it out. And then
Yeah,
I got nothing to let out.
I was the
Something's
GPS
wrong
thing
with
on the
me.
way here was I screamed for
Lay
like
down.
4 minutes because it added 3 minutes to my 3-day drive, and I was just like finally like, fuck! Oh my god!
Flashback to 5 minutes ago when he was like, the drive here smooth as
No, I also said except for that one part, but like another thing like that is, well, we've talked about this before, but like the rule, like the unwritten rules, but then people blindly follow those where it's like you don't have to follow the unwritten rule every time. So, for example, there's a guy in the bike lane in your side of the
hate
traffic.
bikers.
So then everybody is like, oh, well, I'll go into the other lane to give him space. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Until there's a car coming.
Yeah.
But people still will move out of the way, even if a car's coming. Like, you're doing this for that guy's safety? Like, hey, idiot, you're driving into oncoming traffic because you're going, I'm going to be safe with this guy. I'm like, no, the lane is there
For that.
already. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can get right up on him. And if they go, oh, guess what? Get a freaking car like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey, get off the road.
you guys ever honk?
I honked on the way here.
Never think to do it.
Never even once.
I probably did it 5 times in my life, but I had to do it on the way here because there was a cop on the shoulder, 3-lane highway. I'm in the middle lane.
You
Another
honked
guy.
at the cop? My dad's a cop.
Well,
Go
no,
cops.
No, this guy was going to get out of the way because the cop was on the shoulder, and he's about to hit me. So it's pretty much the same thing where I'm in the middle lane, and like I'm in his blind spot, I guess, but like he's about to move over, so I have to give him a honk. But I'm like, what are you doing?
I would say though that's useful honking. Like there's a reason there's
Yeah,
a horn.
yeah,
It's to
yeah.
warn people like hey. But like just because someone's slow, I'm like
Yeah, no, I don't, unless it
No,
says stop.
never
Like
for
if it's a
that.
traffic light and turns green and they're waiting 5 seconds, I'm like, what are you doing?
I love doing it as soon as it turns green. Just
That's
but,
a good
but
gag.
by the way, did you say it? Yeah. By the way, you are partially right with like maybe you're the problem. It's like, well, I don't complain about slow drivers because I am one.
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? But on the highway, I don't like stay in the left lane at 45 miles an hour. I'll get over and happily do my 65
Right.
alone. But anyway, yeah.
I hate bikers.
Ooh,
Bikers need
he said 2
shot.
things he hates. What is this? Like
It's
Anarchy?
What I Hate podcast.
Sons of Anarchy. You would hate that show.
Really?
Nothing but bikes. Motorcycles.
Well, I like motorcycles.
I hate them.
I
That
hate
was my
them
deal
when
with
it's
Grass
like,
Tyson.
11 o'clock in the morning and I'm trying to sleep.
11 o'clock in the morning.
That's some
Can you believe that? This guy sleeps. This guy sleeps in. I've always woken up early.
You're an early bird.
I woke up
Always.
today at 9:30.
Every time I wake up, I want to die. I want to
can't do
say no, but
Not
then I
today,
say
can I?
yes.
It's interesting though, because you're like that, but then you don't want to fall asleep.
Huh? When I wake up?
Yeah. Well, like you don't want to fall asleep because you're like, I don't want to miss anything. But then as soon as you wake up, you're like
No,
just
but
let me go
Saying
back
like
to
at
bed.
night.
But like
at night.
because I know at night I won't sleep, so it's like I'd rather sleep when I can in the morning, and then anyway, this is not.
Do you nap?
Sure.
Oh yeah.
So I just put my nap in my sleep. You know what I
So
mean?
you don't nap.
I just sleep for a full 8 hours, and you sleep for 5. This is like a Chinese thing. That's like
Whoa.
Asian culture was like we never sleep.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah, but you nap like 9 times a day. Like that doesn't really count as like not sleeping.
Do you ever see the clip of Kobe Bryant where the guy asked him, what's the least amount of hours you've played a game on? And he was like, no sleep. They're like,
yeah.
you played a game with no sleep? He's like, I've done it many times.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I haven't
it's
pulled an all-nighter.
I mean, that's just a freak athlete.
Yeah.
like a full-on all-nighter where it's like, okay, I stayed up till 8 and I fell asleep. Like not like staying up 2 days straight. I did it once because I drove up to see my cousin, and I was just so excited to go that I just stayed up, and then I left at like 4 in the morning. I was like, fine, I'll just leave. And we got there, and then he and I were like, let's go guitar shopping. So then we drove to Erie, and then I came back and I slept, and then I crashed my car.
I hate sleep. Like I love the feeling of sleeping. Obviously, who doesn't?
I don't remember it.
Sleeping Beauty.
But we don't talk about that anymore. It was a little Rachel Zegler. Anyway.
It didn't like he fucked her awake.
Would you rather be frozen in ice or kissed once?
Was she
I mean,
frozen in ice? You're as frozen as ice.
Yeah, I don't. She was not.
We what was I saying again? I have nothing in my brain.
No recollect.
I need to sleep more. I hate sleeping because I just feel like again on my deathbed I'm gonna be like, I slept too much.
I missed it.
I missed it. Rosebud, isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
I love Fight Club.
Rosebud Baker, comedian. Hey, comedy.
Hey, it sounded like you were getting me into your Fat Albert.
Oh, no. I'm not a big fan of the cause.
You're not a big fan of Kenan Thompson? Wasn't he
That's
Fat
the
Albert?
same person. No, just kidding.
It's the same picture.
He was, well, it was Cosby's Kids or something. Cosby Kids and Big Fat
Is
Albert.
Dan Snyder involved in Good Burger 3?
I don't think so.
Won't be as good. But I think it's a sacrifice worth taking.
A burger is something. Yeah.
What did that guy get canceled or something?
Dan Snyder?
Yeah.
Yeah, bad.
Let's get into it.
Bad. No.
But he
This
likes
is
Louis
entertaining.
C.K.
I mean, it's old news.
What?
But you're a Louis C.K. fan.
Oh.
Yeah, but this guy.
No.
This guy deserved it.
Next. Next. No context.
What else do I hate? I hate when people say, like, there was a thing, Brandy Love. We all know who she is. Let's cut this shit, all right?
Who?
This porn star.
Whoa.
You've probably seen her tons of times. So she was on a podcast saying, like,
That's not on the Ten Commandments.
they were like, is your husband okay with you doing this for a job? And she's like, oh, of course. Like, and you know what? If I'm going to be gone for a long time, I'll make sure he gets satisfied too. Like, I'll send a friend over or whatever. So what? So people in the comments were like, imagine thinking like, because she said, oh, my husband's a real alpha. Like, we get along very well. I'm like, but he doesn't mind that I have sex with other people, and I don't mind if he does. So everyone in the comments was like, imagine being like the biggest cuck in town and being called the alpha. And then other people were responding like,
Will Smith.
imagine being so insecure about your masculinity, like you think it matters, like if your girlfriend's having sex with other guys. And it just made me so mad because it's like these people. I'm gonna get mad at a Marvel star here, Chris Evans. There was a time, which I don't agree with this tweet, but it was a picture of Daniel Craig with a papoose. I pronounced that weird.
What's
a papoose, like the thing a baby, you hold a baby in.
Okay.
And he was wearing it, and Piers Morgan sent like, oh no, Dan, oh no, they got 007 hashtag like emasculated Bond. So it's like, okay, that's a stupid joke. But then Chris
Guys
Evans,
are stronger.
Chris Evans tweeted back at Piers Morgan though and said like, like basically that. Imagine being so insecure in your masculinity, you think like this sort of this thing matters.
Okay.
But it was just like.
But he's right.
But sometimes, yeah, like I don't agree word for word with the Piers Morgan thing.
Oh, I'm
but
talking
like,
about Chris Evans.
Oh no, see, I disagree. Where I'm like, no, there's certainly things like you can't just like. I'm not saying gay as in bad, but
Look
like,
at the backtrack.
oh, I'm gonna kiss a guy, and someone's like, that's like that's not alpha, and then someone's like. Imagine being so insecure that like you think it's not okay to kiss a guy.
I think Harrison's insecure.
No, it's just like, hey, I like
You're
wearing
like beat
I
red
like
right
wearing
now.
tight khakis. You know what I mean? So like, throw the word my way. I'm just saying you can't just like, oh, I'm gonna let my wife cheat on me, and then someone's like, that's a beta move, and they're like. No, I just made up a rule where like if you call me a beta, it actually is not. I'm
Yeah,
like,
but I
well,
think
so
there's
what?
levels. Like if a guy's carrying his baby, I don't think that's emasculate in any way.
No, I agree with you.
So I think Piers Morgan is bored.
Yeah.
And he's like,
hey,
oh no.
Let the record show. I said that. I don't
007.
agree with the Piers Morgan thing, but the Chris Evans response just made me think of like, okay, that in his exact example, like that's a fine response, but I don't like the idea of a bunch of other people seeing that and then like using that response for a ton of other things that actually should be shamed. That I guess is all I'm trying to say. Where
So
it's
you're
like,
pro shame.
I'm pro shame.
You are
Like
too.
if you let your wife have sex with a bunch of guys, you can't just say, "Oh no, you're just insecure." It's like, no, I'm not. That's actually just stupid. Like you shouldn't let your wife have sex with a
Unless
bunch
she's
of
a
guys.
porn star.
Yeah, and then it's like she's bringing in the dough. But then to be like, I'm actually an alpha. It's like, all right, whatever. You can be rich, but you can't be both.
No, I agree with what you're saying. I understand. I think that in that scenario, I would be like Piers Morgan. Go
Yeah,
to,
no,
go
I
to bed.
think it was stupid.
What is it? Like, what are you doing? Daniel Craig could beat the shit out of you with his left hand, eyes closed. Yeah. So it's like, what are you talking about? Anyway.
I wish I could quote Glass
It
Onion
would-
or something.
I would agree with Piers Morgan if he was wearing that as like a stylistic outfit choice. I'd be like, it's a little.
Well,
strange.
okay. So how do you? We're gonna go on a real rabbit hole here, but like the Harry Styles wearing a dress thing, people gave him shit, and then everyone was like, "Oh no, that's actually cool for a guy to do that." It's like there's certainly levels. Like I think it's cool that Kurt Cobain did it. I think it's cool that Kid Cudi did it. I think Kid Cudi did it on SNL, like wore a dress, and then like Harry Styles is on like the cover of like a beauty magazine, being like, "I'm in a dress," and then anyone who's
I don't
like,
think he said that.
everyone. Yeah, but being on a magazine, there's a different implication. Like everyone who's like, not in defending him as in if you think that's okay, you're an idiot. But like everyone that's coming at anyone saying that's girly that he does that. We need more masculine men. And then it's like, no, that's actually super masculine. It's like, hey, I'm okay with a guy wearing a dress, but let's not just make up the rule. Like, no, that's actually masculine to wear a dress. I'm like, what are you talking about? No, it's not.
Well, I just
Anyway,
no,
my
I
rant's
don't
over.
disagree with that. Oh, I just lost my.
Now I'm
I'll
scared.
go. What do you think?
Let me change the camera.
Here's ultimately my point. I agree with everything you're saying. Oh, he doesn't want to hear me. He doesn't want to. Magically, the
Those
camera
don't
goes
even
down.
work. Those headphones don't even work.
Okay, cool. So maybe take them out then.
No, they don't work for you.
Here's my whole point with this. If you're having like in-depth conversations about masculinity and all that shit on Twitter, I'm out. Don't care
Yeah.
what the opinion is. Don't care what the point is. No, don't care. Thank you. Is he wearing a dress? Yeah. Is that affecting my 401k? No, unless I have stock in Harry Styles and it's going way up, mind you. Don't worry, darling, it was a misstep, but we'll move on from that. Remember when he spit on Chris Pine?
Hey, do you think he actually spit?
100,000%.
What else? What else
Had
would
to
that
have.
have been?
Do you remember the clip of him where he's like, "It's a movie"? Do you
Oh
remember
yeah.
that? Where he's like, "It's like when you get this is a movie. Like when you go to the movies, it's a movie."
I was acting in the audience.
And it'd be crazy for people to say, "No, that's actually smart that he's dumb." That's kind of what you're getting
Yeah.
at. But my whole point is, let's just not talk. Like, just
Yeah.
who cares?
I know it sounds so fun to be able to say that, but I mean, I come knocking on your door every day, being like,
Can you believe it?
Listen to this shit I just read. Where it's
Anyway.
like it does
I
keep my
remember.
motor running.
He has to go. He has to go. Go.
Well, I just think more of that whole argument is just fans of Harry Styles versus people that hate him.
Right.
And they're
Yeah.
like, how can I defend him in any way
Well, yeah, I
possible?
mean,
How
There's
can I
no
attack
middle.
him in any
There's
way
no
possible?
like guy that's in the middle that's giving his opinion on it.
Yeah.
Right.
The guy's like, "Oh, is that the watermelon sugar?"
Right.
Good
Yeah, I
song.
guess
He's
I
a little
should
out
say,
there.
too, I guess if I
Exactly.
My dad would be like, "Oh, he's a little out there, but the music's cool."
Yeah.
and not to say like I need to defend myself for you guys, but yeah, like at the bottom line, it's not like I saw that.
No,
it
I'm
was like
pissed off
Harry
at you.
Styles is dumb. Like I said, Kurt Cobain did it, Kid Cudi did it. There's plenty of guys that wear dresses.
And Kurt Cobain would be on the cover of an album if he he did it in the day of social media. Just to be clear.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Because it is like.
And also, Harry
I'm
Styles didn't
flipping
do it
on
for
its
free.
head. I guess that now that sometimes I come into this not knowing what I'm going to say, and I have to say it out loud to realize what the point is. But like, I guess like you said, it comes down to the fans to like be immediately like. I just hate the fans. It's like Boston Red
That's
Sox
why I
fans.
didn't like Taylor Swift for a little bit there. I had to get over the fans.
Yeah, like Red Sox players don't hate
just the worst.
team, the Yankees. They just hate the fans.
Yes.
So that's me.
Well, don't get into the whole like Marvel versus DC thing. Where like both sides of the agenda don't understand that if Aquaman does well, then Avengers Endgame will do well.
Oh,
it doesn't matter what. Like no Joe Average in Kansas isn't being like, well, the old DC studios, James Gunn and Peter Like what? Do you even know who Peter Safran is?
Nope.
Exactly, and he's in. And he's totally in.
I thought you just said Edward Sabrin.
Eduardo Safran.
Eduardo.
You better lawyer up, ass. Is he still working? Yeah. It's just people don't care. Like most people, it doesn't matter. It's the fans, like you said. And I have a big problem too. I used to have a problem when I was younger about if I was kind of on the fence on something and it became massively popular, I hated it.
Yeah.
Like Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
Like I used to be like, it's not for me. And then people in college would be like, you listen to Joe Rogan? And I'd be like, no, I actually hate him now because you like him.
There was a kid. I was in my first
Before he said the N-word.
film class.
Well, actually, it was after. Well,
and just someone I heard him like just a real. You could just tell he was a big nerd, but like an annoying, annoying nerd, big nerd, biggest nerd around. Yeah, he was like, he was talking to the guy next to him, and they were small talking. He's like, I love Joe Rogan. Yeah, he had my favorite video game designer on. It was the best episode I've ever seen. But I'm like, yeah, but you don't like Joe Rogan. You like the video game guy.
Yeah.
So like, if you like Joe Rogan, which I don't even like him enough to like sit and watch every episode he comes.
Yeah.
I hope no
Well,
one does.
that's what's so good
God.
about Joe Rogan.
Wait. You just said something very interesting. Are there people out there that just watch every Joe Rogan episode? No matter what?
God, I couldn't even wrap my mind around it.
Well, I just think there's so many viewers that there's not, I don't know, 20%, 15% that watch every episode.
There's got to be
crazy.
somebody that does it. But they're like 4 hours once a day.
Yeah.
Which is insane. But the only ones I watch full, which doesn't matter, but is like the Mark Norman, like Protect Our Parks ones. And that's like once every 2 months. So I don't mind like taking a week to go over the 5-hour episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be like, Joe Rogan's my favorite podcast because he had my video game guy on. I'm like, well, no, you just like that guy.
The only one I've watched start to finish is the David Blaine one. I watched like that 1,000,000 times.
I've
So
seen.
good.
You didn't watch Portnoy?
I watched like the first. The thing about too is like having it on Spotify is once I click away from it, I hardly ever go back. So unless I finish the whole episode in one sitting, like I won't watch it because I started the Portnoy one, but then like I watched all the Bernie Sanders one.
That was a good one.
And that's like all
I probably watched the Elon Musk one like 3 times.
Oh yeah, like the Elon Musk
one's
one's fun. And then just any comedian I like that's on, okay, I'll watch the whole thing, but that's it.
Yeah.
So I probably watched like 15 episodes.
Let's talk about this. New Spotify user.
I haven't really gotten into it yet. I'm still just listening to your
That's funny.
playlist you made me.
I made a playlist for work because I just, like I said, like I have one playlist, but I listen to music at work on a speaker. So I don't like when like, and you gotta let it linger, like comes on because I'm trying to, be cool around the ladies.
Right. You don't want to be yourself.
So I made a playlist. It's a good song of the Cranberries. So I made a playlist and I realized just like how much it would suck to be you right now. Like I got to put all my music on this and one by one.
Well, I don't even.
It's kind of liberating though in a way. Like just start over.
Well, I went to my Apple Music and I don't even have. It doesn't even show me the songs I had anymore.
Oh,
it's gone.
Yeah, I couldn't
happened to me
even
once.
like.
That sucks.
I don't even have a bass line of all the songs I had already.
Baseline,
like,
that's a
okay, I'll
pun.
go to that one.
Baseline? Dun, 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 dun. All right.
Were you doing Crash Bandicoot?
No.
No,
I was doing Feel Good Inc.
Huh?
Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillaz.
Why is he so weird?
Never heard of it.
Oh, that's a good song. That's a
Never
good song.
heard of it.
By the way, that song you said about the Cranberries.
Yeah.
Listen to that on Thanksgiving.
No.
Name one thing you're thankful for.
This friggin' stuffing. Oh, I said friggin'. I'm done.
You're going to hell. Oh my word, though. Yeah. And like screw and fuck are the same word. Like screw you, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna screw your sister.
I want to start saying I'm gonna hammer somebody. You like that?
I'm gonna nail somebody.
Yeah. See, but that doesn't make any sense.
You know what I don't
Spider-Man.
like?
Wait, should we?
You know what I don't like? When people come up with new slang. New slang. Good song by the Shins. That one you actually won't know. But like, because I'm so cool. But like, young people slang of like, instead of saying, oh, I got fried, or instead of saying I got baked, like smoke a bunch of weed, I got baked, they're like, oh, I got fried.
Say less. Yeah, we got it.
Yeah. And then like, oh, that hits. Oh, that slaps. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, if you're going to make up a new word,
Hits
first
diff.
of all, don't make up a word that we already have slang for.
Right.
And then
Ooh.
if you're going to make up a new slang, don't pick the old slang and just pick the synonym. Like, what are you doing?
I disagree with that.
Whoa.
I disagree.
Right. Fight.
All of our slang, you could apply that logic to.
Since the dawn of time, basically.
Yeah.
Here's why I'll push back on that.
It's like
You're not gonna
those are
let him
just our
finish?
generation's words.
Here's why
I
I'll,
just think it's lazy.
here's why I'll push,
But you making it, I mean, I can't disagree with that. I mean, I'm just an asshole.
here's where I'll push back on the whole concept. New slang is like a black hole. Nobody made it. Nobody went out of their way to say this is now the new slang. It just came to be.
It took me like in the last 6 months to realize finna is like fixing too.
What?
Like, are you fixing to go to the car wash? It's like, I'm finna go to the car wash. That's what that means.
Oh. I was just kind of thought gonna.
Finna. I thought it was like I'm feeling the car wash. I'm finna.
No, and that's what I know. I blew my mind. I was like, oh, that's
It's
an
like
actual
going.
word.
Yeah.
Well, Riz is the worst one by far because it's just charisma.
Oh, yeah.
It is unbelievable.
I saw the funniest comment of all time.
It's also
talking
so
about
close
that.
to. I hate to say it, jizz. Like this guy's got Riz. It's like, yeah, you know what else he has?
About to get some Riz all over his back.
Exactly. It's like, oh,
Like,
God.
I don't know what simp means. Squirrels in my pants?
But yeah, where does simp come from?
The Simpsons?
Sympathy. He wants sympathy.
It's hard to do this without the internet
No,
because I don't
it's
think we'll
like-
ever come up with it. I have no idea.
No, it must be simple. It must be.
He's simping.
But there's like, it's specifically in the context of like relationships.
I also
though.
don't think that's bad to be a simp. Is it bad to like be nice to the person you like?
No, I don't think. I guess
Not
the
if she doesn't
implication
like
of the
it.
simp is like that she doesn't like you back.
How do you know
Yeah.
that?
That's the implication of the word.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, murder. Oh, how does murder mean that I killed a guy? It's like, well, that's what the word means.
Yeah, but you don't. But it's still you don't know. Like how many times have people said, oh, he's simping for them, and then a year later they're married. Oh, I guess you were wrong, but nobody cares.
Yeah, but if they're like equally in love, I guess simp is more of like an insult. Like if a guy's in a relationship where like she doesn't give him the attention he gives her, it's like he's a simp. And there's like back to shame.
Yeah, I agree
Where it's
with
like there
that.
should be a word for that. But if they're just in love, it's like, yeah, that's fine.
I agree with that, but it's also like if you're like at a bar and you're like really trying with a girl, and they're like, oh, look at him simping. It's like,
Well, yeah.
Well, that's when
fair.
they're taking it too far.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
they just use it very liberally.
I mean, that's every.
Not that whoa, stop it right there.
Here's the deal.
You're homosexual?
Biden.
You're fired.
I was doing Biden.
Come on.
He's like,
Sleepy Joe.
he's a loser. What?
Yeah. Ron DeSanctimonious.
Anyway,
Meatball Ron. Okay, I'm done.
what's your favorite new slang?
What?
What's your favorite
they
new
said
slang?
news line. You have to give me an example. I don't even know.
Lit. Is that still new?
BJ?
Finna.
I don't think I use. I don't.
I was
you
just
would.
thinking that. Like, what slang?
You would have to tell me if I use it. I can't even think of like something I use.
There's got to be something.
I say like ironically, like "What's up, homeboy?"
That's not new.
Well, no, I know. That's what I'm like. So I'm still back in the '90s.
Bussin'.
Oof.
Bussin', like I'll say bussin'
I
and
hate
funny,
it.
and
I
that's
hate
it.
it. I hate it. I hate say less.
Because how is that not speaking of like how is bussin' not speaking like that shit's bussin'? Like that makes me want to bust in my pants. Is that what that comes from?
I don't like bet.
That's stupid. Ard. People used to say ARD as in all right. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Ard.
I've never heard
Aardvark.
Yeah.
That's what I think of.
That's well. I have a bias to slang. I'm just like it's there's already words. But
I like saying things are electric. That's not slang, but it's just a different use of a word.
Well, you like
are
taking
electric.
slang and then kind of changing it a little
Like
bit.
what? Give me one example.
Ice water.
That's slang.
What?
Ice in the veins.
No, people
Oh.
used to say ice water, and they dropped it to just ice. Because old commentators would be like, he's got ice water in his veins.
Oh, really?
Still to this day. But it makes sense. You can't have ice in your veins. You could have water in your veins, right?
Ice is still in the phrase.
Yeah. No, they just dropped it.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I did
Yeah,
not know
it used
that.
to be ice water. 100%.
I would like to see proof on that one.
Look it up. Look up people saying ice water for football.
Pull it up,
games.
Jamie.
Pull that shit up. Wow, man.
Wow.
Used to be ice water. Wow. Joe.
But also, that's not slang either. That's just, like, again, it's like electric. It's like kind of just a saying.
I'd count that as slang
Really?
if I were the slang police.
But isn't slang like a different word made up altogether? Like ice and water are words. It's not bussin'. It's not. Oh, bets. I guess bet is. a word.
Well,
like-
it's
well-
kind of like giving it a new definition, though.
Yeah, like.
But is that slang? I thought a slang had to be like a new word almost.
Like, ain't was considered slang.
No, it's not.
Now it's not.
That's weird. No, it ain't.
That is crazy.
I say ain't. I say ain't a lot, but I do it to be funny. But I do it a
This
lot.
isn't slang, but I don't say tease a lot. I don't say like, I'm not like, I say gonna or wanna.
Oh, I thought you meant like the word tease.
No, I don't say going to.
Oh, right. I'm gonna.
We're gonna go. We're gonna go. You wanna go?
Tease.
Like want to. You want to go to the store? I say you wanna go to the
You
store.
want to go to the store?
You see my
Yeah.
There's a T in store.
yeah. No.
You want to go ooh the sore? Really? That's what you say?
Anyway.
Well, that kind of reminds me of, like, I'm never going to name my kid, like, the full name. Like, what's Benjamin? I'm never going to name him Benjamin. I
Oh,
would just name him Ben.
I had
Really? That's interesting.
I had a kid
I don't
today
disagree.
whose
That's
name
just
was
I've never
Benjamin.
heard
He
that.
said I go by Ben.
Yeah, like, I don't want my
But you're
kid
saying,
to
like,
be in
on
that
the birth
situation.
certificate, his name will be Ben.
I want whatever they're called
What
to
about
just
Ma-
be their
what about
name.
Matthew?
I just go back.
That's fun.
I don't like it.
But like, I thought you were going to say something else where I'm going to make sure not to name my kid a name that ends with B. And I've said this before, like Gabe. His name is Gabe Brinker. Like, you got to be careful
Well,
about
it's
that
Gabe
stuff.
That's true.
Brinker.
Yeah.
I guess I don't like that because it's coming from someone who has 16 different iterations of the same name. So
What?
I'm the opposite of
Oh,
you.
you?
Me. Yeah. Think about what's on my birth certificate versus what I go by versus what people actually call me. And then I changed the spelling of it halfway through my life
Yeah.
because I'm only going to live to 50. Names. We were just going to say. Oh, so I had a kid named Benjamin. He said I go by Ben, and I said thanks.
Uncle
and
Ben.
then there was
Peter.
a kid. I got down to the thing, and it said Archimedes. So I said Archimedes. What do you think he said he goes by?
Ben?
No.
Oh, Archimedes?
Is that your real guess?
No, I thought you were setting me up. Like, what am I supposed to say? Ark?
No. What do you think he goes by? Like,
Ark.
What? Ark.
Double A.
Nice.
No, I want you to actually guess what you think.
No, I thought it would have been Ark.
How many choices are there?
Okay, so I thought Archie.
Oh.
Well, there's no CH, though. Is it? Is it I thought
Yeah,
you said
no,
K.
Archimedes is with a CH. On this kid's name is Archimedes. He said I go by Archer.
I like that.
Yeah, it's not
Like
in
the
there.
show?
But I would just name him Archer.
I kind of like Archie.
But that's funny you say that because my mom's
Then they would call him Arch though.
similar to you, but she named me the full name, and she's adamant that no one calls me Harry. And even today, like, if my friends are on the phone and they're like, I'm at Harry's house, she's like,
Well, I
Harrison.
like that. I like that.
I prefer
though.
Harrison. I try
Commit to
Harry.
the
I
name
don't
if you're
like
gonna
it.
do that. Yeah, I like that.
What about your? So you name your kid Cy? If you were gonna name him Silas?
I rarely get called Cy.
Really?
Yeah.
People call you Silas?
Yeah.
My
Interesting.
dad calls him Cyrus.
So did our basketball coach. And then he started calling him Cy, and we think it's because he never really was sure.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, at work the one time the guy's like, what's your name? I was like, Harrison. He goes, Harry. And then later he calls me like Harris. And I was like, I think he just doesn't remember what I told him. Because I'm like,
call you
call me
Han
Harry,
Solo.
but don't call me Harris. What?
I'm gonna call you Han Solo.
I'm down with that. Harrison Ford.
Indy. Do you guys know what Indiana Jones' real name is?
Indiana.
Nope. You don't really know? Henry Jones, the third. Indy was the dog's name.
What?
Is that like Frankenstein's monster sort of thing?
No, it's just in the movies he goes by Indiana because it's a nickname. His name is Henry.
Indie movies.
His name was Henry Jones.
I don't like that.
Especially after like George Lucas, like you can do the impression like I'm gonna make him called Anakin Skywalker. Like that's a cool name, and he's like, who's this guy? Henry Jones, the third.
Oh, isn't that crazy that it's story by George Lucas? He created the story of Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Baller. But then he did nothing. He did
Who directed it? Spielberg?
Yeah, all 4. Whoops.
And
And then Mangold did 5. Whoops.
John.
James.
I know.
Jingleheimer.
Schmidt.
There you go.
His name is your name too. Whenever I go out, the people always shout. I mean, come on, you got me started. Can't stop. John Jacob Jingle.
Missed that one.
What a full circle.
Yep, he doesn't know Feel Good Inc. or John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
I didn't know that was the name of that song, Feel Good Inc.
Oh yeah. Feel good.
Yeah, I get it.
But that's what they're saying.
They're not saying ink.
Ink, 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 ink.
No.
Still lost.
I'll be honest. I'm starving.
I'm starving too. We're gonna go to Del Taco now, everybody.
Oh.
I'm not driving. Nose goes.
I'll drive.
Can't try.
That's funny. I'll do it. Fuck. You gotta cut that effort out.
How do we end these? I guess, okay, at this point we should say, like, hey, like, comment, subscribe. What's the funniest moment in the show? Have you got the whole end of the clip? Are we
You don't
ending?
say like, comment, subscribe at the end of the video.
Okay,
by the
we'll
way,
say it at the beginning.
but by the way, people do that, which is unbelievably insane.
Yeah. It's like when Kill Tony does the ads at the first 10 minutes of the show. I'm like, you have to know I'm just skipping to minute 10 to watch.
Yeah.
Why would I sit and watch these?
Look into your camera.
I don't want to. I feel bad ending it if you guys are still talking about it. It's been an hour 15.
Oh.
This is the longest one.
Yeah.
That flew.
I'm so hungry. Are we actually driving
Sure,
somewhere?
so I'll drive to Del Taco.
Oh my
I don't
god.
want to go.
Well, then you can sit here.
Is it open?
It's open 24
24/7.
hours.
Should we try to go to a different one though?
Sure.
Let's make it a whole
Maybe we'll
night.
go to In-N-Out.
Let's go to
Guys,
Salt Lake.
We're gonna be we're gonna be murdered tonight, so I hope you like this one. And you
Go.
can replay
Last
it a bunch.
episode.
Del Taco. Oh, no.
What are we gonna say into the camera? Say into the camera the order that you're gonna get. 3, 2, 1.
Number 9.
Tacos. You didn't say anything.
I thought you were just talking to Harrison.
Oh,
Oh,
let's try it again.
this is the way we
I
end.
thought he was going to do his thing where he
Well, I
looks
already
at it.
spoiled it. Should we do the word? We always end with the word.
Well, it's just first thing that comes to your mind.
Oh, yeah. First thing that comes to your mind.
That's yours.
Crap, that was mine.
3, 2, 1.
Sex chat.
Boulder Dash.
Fireside.
What'd you say?
Fireside.